So let's suppose you are hungry. You are really hungry and you're craving pizza. You want delicious pizza. You walk into a restaurant, an Italian restaurant. Okay, enough of the backstory. You have two choices and they're the same price. So this is about to ask you to compare these two choices. So, well, let's do it. You have a slice of a 24-inch pizza that's cut into 10 equal slices. Okay. You have a slice of a 20-inch pizza that's cut into 6 equal slices. And which one do you choose? And the measurements of the pizza refer to the diameter. Okay, so when I say which one do you choose, let's go back to the first sentence. You're hungry, so you want the most food possible, right? So if you're going to want the most food possible, you're probably going to want the biggest area. We're going to assume they have the same depth. So if we want to get really technical, we could talk about the volume of the pizza. Let's not. Let's just go with the area of the pizza. And so we're going to have two pizzas. One of them is 24 inches, perfectly round, as you can tell from the circle I drew. And then the other one is 20 inches, still perfectly round, better than the first one. Let me get this other piece of paper out from under here because those other circles are showing up. Okay, this refers to the diameter, and I'm going to talk about radius instead of diameter because we're dealing with area. So since we're dealing with area, and again, I'm dealing with area because I want the most pizza possible. So I'm dealing with the area of my pizza. If you're talking about the size of a house, you're dealing with square footage, which is a measurement of area. If I'm dealing with quantity of pizza, just in terms of how much I'm getting, I'm really dealing with area or volume. So area equals pi r squared, and that's the area of a circle. No surprises there. You've seen that before. And this first option, this is option A, if you want to call it that. This will be option A. And this will be option B. We'll put it over here. And I want to see which one gives me more. So option A is a 24-inch pizza, so 12-inch radius, and it's cut into 10 equal slices. So I could slice this into 10 equal pieces. I'm not. I really don't want to. But it's going to be this little guy right here. Okay? And then option B is a 20-inch pizza, so 10-inch radius, so again, half the diameter. And it's cut into 6 equal slices. So this slice has a larger angle measurement than this one does, but it has a smaller radius. So really the question is, well, which one's bigger? So let's figure this out. First of all, let's go to this formula. And if I want to know the area of this, A equals, and let's not confuse it with choice A and choice B. So the area of this equals, I'm going to leave a space, pi times, well, the radius squared. And so over here, the area would be, leave a little space, pi times the radius squared. And the radius is 12, and I put r instead. Pi times 12 squared. Okay, well, you see, here's the deal. That would be the area of the whole pizza. I don't want the whole pizza. Well, I probably do. But I want one of the 10 slices. I want 1 out of 10 slices. And here I want 1 out of 6 slices. So then I'll just figure it out. And that's really the big idea behind this lesson, is I'm not dealing with the full circle, I'm dealing with a piece of a circle. So when I deal with sector area, that's like a pizza slice. And then when I deal with arc length, I'm dealing with, well, it's kind of like the pizza slice, but it's only the crust. Like, I want to know how long is the crust. That really does look kind of like a pizza slice the way I drew it. But I just want to know the length of that right there. Length. And this would be the area of everything I just colored in red. So let's figure out what these are. And this is just a matter of typing things in the calculator. So we have 1/10 times pi times 12 squared. And that gives me 45. Let's do 2 decimal places. 45.24. And that's 45.24 what? Okay, well, we're dealing with inches, and this is area in terms of inches, so it's square inches. And the other one is 1/6, times pi times 10 squared. I'll go ahead and make that a 100. And that would be 52.36 square inches. And so which do I choose? I choose the second one. I choose the second one because it's bigger. So if I'm truly hungry, then I'll go for the bigger one. So I choose option B because the area is bigger. So again, assuming I have the same depth of pizza, they are going to give me more pizza here than they would here. Okay, so then when it says, what's the area of Pac-Man? Okay, now do I have the whole circle? No, I don't. I only have part of the circle. So let's get part of the circle. So when it said area, let's just do, well, area equals, leave a little space, and then pi times the radius squared. This formula is going to come in so handy, all right? So what's the area of Pac-Man? Well, the area would be pi times the radius, and it's kind of hard to see, but there's a 3 here, so 3 squared. It didn't give us units. It wasn't like millimeters or centimeters or inches. We're just going to leave the units off. But what they did tell us was that this is 40 degrees. Okay, so if I'm talking about Pac-Man, I'm really talking about what you see here in yellow, and I'm not talking about the mouth part, or the part that's cut out from the mouth. So I don't have 40 degrees, okay? Now in this case, I did have a 1/10 of this, or a 1/6 of this. In this case, I don't have 40 degrees. What I do have, and I'm gonna write down some very basic things that just kind of show you my thought process. What I do have is this many degrees. So I do have 320 degrees, because of course there's your full circle. There's what I don't have, so this is what I do have. And I need a fraction. I need to know how much of this circle I really do have, how much of this circle is really yellow. So, well, 320 out of 360 degrees is yellow. So all you have to do for this part is just put a fraction in there that represents what you do have, and it's always based on your angle measurement, or the direct fraction that they give you, excuse me. So if you wanted to reduce that, you could. That'd be 8/9, and I'm going to do that. So 8/9 times pi times 3 squared times 9. Actually, I'll go ahead and tell you, those 9s would cancel. It would give you 8 pi, whatever 8 pi is, and that would be 25.13 and square units of whatever. Okay, so now we're kind of transitioning as we get to the next problem. We'll realize they're not asking us for area, so let's read it. Which is longer, a trip 3/4 of the way around a circular track with a radius of 60 meters, or a trip 7/8 of the way around a circular track with a radius of 55 meters. Okay, so a couple things I noticed. They did give me fractions, so I don't really have to pull angles out of anywhere. And they also did not say which area is bigger. They said which is longer. So now we're not dealing with how much pizza do I have in a slice. We're dealing with how long is the crust, okay? And it's not crust, this is a track. But we have a circular track, and I'm gonna draw it. So we're gonna have, again, option A, and we're gonna have option B, which is slightly smaller. And don't panic if you don't draw it exactly right. No one's gonna beat you up. Clearly that one doesn't look circular. Which is longer, a trip 3/4 of the way around a circular track with a radius of 60. Okay, so we're gonna go 3/4 of the way, and we're gonna go that way. Now, it might look like we're just dealing with this, but we're really dealing with this right there, okay? So what I wanna know is how long is this? If you were to walk all the way around this right here, how far would you walk? I don't know. But I know I didn't go the whole way, right? Okay, so we'll deal with that other one in a minute. I'm gonna slide back up here, and I'm gonna write another formula down. I'm gonna grab a highlighter, which in my case is yellow, and I'm gonna highlight them both because I'm gonna come back to those formulas. So this is area, and the circumference of a circle, and that's the distance around it, another formula you've seen before, is 2 times pi times the radius. And you could also say it is pi times the diameter, because like 2 times the radius is the diameter, right? So either one of those is good. So if they say, hey, what is the area of, well, here you go. If they say, how long is, well, there you go. If we're dealing with a circle, that's what we're doing. Now, again, we're not dealing with a full circle. We're dealing with a piece of a circle. And we're not dealing with the full distance around this track. We're just going 3/4 of the way around it, 3/4. So these formulas are going to be very useful, and we just need to know exactly what it's asking within the context of the problem so we can do it correctly. Okay, so let's just go ahead and figure this before we even draw that one. So I want to know which one's longer. So the circumference in this case, and I say C equals, and it's not really C, so it might be a misnomer. Circumference would be the full way around. We're not going the full way. We're just going 3/4 of the way around times what? Well, times 2 times pi times the radius. Well, times 2 times pi times the radius. And I'll type that in the calculator, and I'll get something. I don't know what it is yet. So if I typed it in, let's see, that would give me, well, 2 times 60 is 120, and then 3/4 of 120 would be 90. So this is going to be 90 pi. I'm kind of going a different route on this one. I'm not using the calculator yet. I might, but not right now. Let's do the other one. I want to go 7/8 of the way around a circular track. So in this case, I have a radius of 55 meters. So 55, but I don't go 3/4, I go 7/8. So like if I was to split this up into 8 pieces, this is what it would look like. And I went all the way around here, that way. So if you want to draw what's really going on, I'm walking all this way, right there. And that would be, well, 7/8 of the way around a circle, times 2, times pi, times my radius. And we'll just multiply all that together. So 2 times 55 is 110, 110 divided by 8. And things start getting a little tricky for me there. So I am going to grab a calculator on this one. So 7/8 times 2 times 55, and I get 96.25. So 96.25 pi. And that is in meters. This is also in meters. Now you're probably thinking, well, so maybe I don't need to find the actual decimal answer, like multiply by pi if I'm dealing with circumference. No, it was just a mood that hit me, and that's what I did. So if you want to get a little more technical, you could say, well, that would be 302.38 meters. We'll just call it M. And then 90 pi is 282.74 meters. And so, of course, you know which one's longer. You knew which one was longer when we were here and before I multiplied by pi. And I could have multiplied by pi all the way through. I just chose to not do it to show you, first of all, you have 2 different ways of writing your answer. Second of all, when I did this one, I realized a lot of stuff really cancels out neatly, and you could do some of it in your head. So, which one is longer? Well, obviously this one's longer. I'll do that. The second option is longer. Never fail to actually answer the question. You've done the work. Now let's answer the question. And there we go. We have figured it out. So let's just kind of recap everything we're doing. When I need area of a circle, I deal with that. When I need the length around a circle, I deal with that. But I'm not going the full way. I'm not dealing with the full circle. So I'm just going to do it in pieces.